What's up? What's up? I'm Pharaoh Cuddy.
I'm Chantel.
I'm Dhoruba.
And we are the Master Keys. What's up? How was y'all week?
It was good.
Busy. Super busy.
Dhoruba, you got some projects you're working on. Why don't you touch in on that? Like, I know you've been busy this week. You had a few things, a defense course you had going on. Get some people some, because for the audience that don't know who you are, get some background on what you do, and then also go into your brand, No Shirt Mentality. But you can start off.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a programs coordinator for the Black Panther Party History Project Detroit chapter. And like Cuddy just mentioned, had a really busy week. Actually, yesterday I was in Kalamazoo teaching a how to stop an active shooter class. It was basically like an introductory course on what to look for, what to do, what not to do, how to respond, things of that nature. And also, I just left a meeting talking about this sex trafficking and sex crimes going on in the Metro Detroit area. So I've had a pretty busy week. And it's crazy that this topic is about leadership.
Right.
I'm looked at as a leader in my community. I'm a community activist, so it's not all glamour. People look at leaders and they see this poised person that's in front of the camera, in front of the mic, like we are right now, and they get this instant respect, but they don't see what happens behind the scenes and what it takes to do this.
All the stress, all the struggle.
You have to give up your time. You have to sacrifice your family. And, hopefully in that people are understanding of what you're doing.
Most of the time they're not.
They're not. And then also, just to touch on my personal brand, it's called No Shirt Mentality, or NSM. It's a clothing line that I thought about coming out with. It's an athletic clothing line, like pre and post gym and during gym clothing. And basically what the premise behind No Shirt Mentality is exactly everything I just mentioned. It takes a certain mentality to do some of the stuff that we do as activists, as entrepreneurs. If you don't have that mindset to get up and go and be a self-starter, self-motivated, then you probably won't make it as an entrepreneur or a leader. Because everything you do is set by the examples that you show people. So
it's not a bad thing. Everybody got roles. Everybody got purposes. Everybody got their nature, and it's based off how you was brought up. It's one of the things we'll touch on is the psychology of leaders, but it's all about your mindset. Some people don't have the patience to lead, or like I talk to people about entrepreneurship, and they tell me they'd rather work for someone who already have a system employed instead of trying to do it by themselves. It's a lot of work, and they don't have the patience for that. So it's not for everybody. It's not saying that one person is greater than the next, but it's left foot, right foot. You gotta lead, you gotta follow. And even if you don't think you're a leader, when you you work for somebody else, if you training people, that's leadership right there. If you helping teach a new employee how to run the job, that's leadership. So, how was your week, Chantel?
It was good. Spent time with the family, worked. It was good.
How was your research?
I'm doing more and more research. This is teaching me a lot. I'm enjoying it.
I definitely want to have you share a little later what you researched and checked out about leadership. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't want to drop the beans. So
I wanted to ask Dhoruba a question. How will one get into that class that you were talking about? The class that you did in Kalamazoo?
the active shooter class?
Yes.
Well, actually, we are putting together a emergency self-defense program series. So, with that series, we'll be doing an introductory class, basically, like we just talked about changing the mentality. And then if you wanted to be a part of any of the spin-off classes, then you would just sign up. We're going to have internet sign-ups. We'll also do personal calls to get people signed up for the class. But if you're interested, you can email me at dhoruba.diallo@gmail.com.
Okay.
You know you got to spell that.
Oh yeah,
Write that down.
Dhoruba, DHORUBA DIALLO @gmail.com.
All right, so we're gonna get into the one of the first sub things that we want, subtitles or what have you, sub topics that we want to touch on within leadership, and it's the psychology of leaders. So as we were touching on earlier, it's a certain mindset that you got to have. You have to you got to have resilient patience, because you're going to need that patience with managing a team and not going beyond how you should approach a certain situation, because it can possibly lead into lawsuits. So it's a self-control mechanism that has to be employed in leadership. With some other psychologies, it's like
I think one of the biggest things you have to do is check your ego.
right.
Because when you step into a leadership role, you have people that are essentially resting everything on you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people get the big head. And in getting the big head, leadership can be used for the wrong purposes. So
Right.
So I just think you have to stay humble as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to try to understand that people put you in that role for a reason. You know, in order to be a great leader, you have to first be a great follower.
Right.
So you can know how to put people in the positions where they can succeed. You know, you have to be able to identify skill sets, and then you put people in those slots where those skill sets can be utilized to the best of their ability versus just bringing somebody into your team and then you put them where you want them.
Right.
Usually that doesn't work.
It's chemistry to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost like building a puzzle.
Yeah.
If the puzzle piece doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, and you can't force it. So,
What's your take on this, Chantel?
Well, they definitely have to leverage their power of their positions to positively influence others. They have to have a vision that's larger than themselves.
Right.
To be able to run their team, to be able to run their team, to be able to
run a team, to be able to, lead by example, be the person that you expect everybody else to be, because it starts with you. So we're gonna go in more on this.